This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Good evening. It's June 7th, 6:30 p.m. This is the Auburn Finance Committee being held in the Board of Selectmen's room here at the Auburn Town Hall. This meeting is to be hybrid with both an in-person and remote participation option in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022. For the public to join the meeting remotely, by telephone you can call 1-786-535-3211 with an access code of 991-599-357. To join by computer, go to global.gotomeeting.com/join, and the same passcode number, 991-599-357. Do we have any members appearing remotely? Okay.
Kevin, this is Trevor Santucci coming in remote.
Is that you, Trevor?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
We got you now, that's good. Okay, so appearing in person, we can just go right down the line, just if you want to.
Ed Coleman. Mike Marshall.
Patrick Jones.
We have Trevor Sansucci appearing remotely, and Baton Administration.
Karen Harnois.
Okay, thank you. Tonight's agenda has some transfers. We have some minutes, and should be a quick meeting relative to that. So we'll get right into the transfers. First is the Fire Department. Chief, if you want to come on up. And we'll just go through them if any of the membership has any questions relative to these. I don't think we have any that we can combine. I think we looked in advance. I think they're all two or less out of the same account, so we'll just go through them. The first is a transfer request to come out of the dues meetings account, headed to the clothing account to cover contract obligations. Present balance in the account is $279.10. Requested amount, $254.10. Chief, do you want to cover the items there, or do you want to go line by line? How do you?
So there are 5 transfers going into overtime that if the committee did choose to take those as one, you could. But yeah, that would be up to you. We can just go line by line, that's fine.
Okay. Any questions on the?
We can probably do the first one, and then I'll make a motion to move 2 through 6.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We'll have to call the roll since we have it.
Is that a motion to approve this one?
I'm sorry.
Right, I was going to say, let's approve this first one.
Yes, we'll take the first one.
And then,
So,
right, and then I'll make the motion
so
to,
we have a motion and a second to approve the first item?
Yeah.
I move to approve the first one.
Second.
Second. Okay, motion and a second. So we have to call the roll because we have a remote participant. Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yeah.
Trevor on that first one?
Yeah.
And chair votes yes. Okay, do we hear a motion to take the ones relative to the overtime?
I move that the board take items 2 through 6 as one item.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor? Trevor?
Yes.
Okay, chair votes yes. Okay, so we'll read these off. Transfers from the license certification account to the overtime account, the amount of $6,396.50. From the travel account, that would close out that account. The travel account to the overtime account, the amount requested $699.15. Present balance in that account, $1,118.15. From the technology support account, the amount requested $355.48. Again, going to overtime, present balance in that account, $7,634.48. From the medical director account, amount requested $1,096.07. Again, to the overtime account, that would close out that account. And for the last one, I believe, the last one, amount $8,489.98 from the firefighter salary account, closing out that account to the overtime account. Any additional ones relative to the overtime? Okay, any questions for the chief relative to the?
I just have one quick question. There's about $16,000 here. Are you hoping that this will cover you through 6/30? Or is there a chance that we may have to do something right at the end of the month?
Yeah, I think that would be the case. I'm not highly optimistic. With these transfers that you'll approve tonight, with what we have for a balance and overtime, that will give us $24,087 in that account. The April overtime ran at 24.2. The May overtime was 27.9. So over the last 2 months, that averages out to be 26. So if we looked at the average, we're probably about 2,000 shy. So I would anticipate that there would be an end-of-the-year move again.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Okay, we have a transfer request from the technology support account in the amount of $3,500 going to the building maintenance account. Amount present balance in that account is $7,279. Reason for the transfer: to replace the front entrance door at the West Auburn Station. Any questions?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Could I just before we get to take that, could I just ask a quick question? What needs to be done, Chief? I guess, because I'm just leery at all of putting a penny into that building at this moment.
Understood. So if you're familiar with the building, if you're looking at it sort of from the middle school, if you're looking at what is the main entrance going in there, there's a set of double doors. Those are the original doors on the building, wooden doors, 70 years old. The top frame and the top of the doors, well, both the top and the bottom are rotting. But the door frame on the top last year rotted through. We've been limping it along for about a year. We throw a new sheetrock screw in it every week, just kind of hoping that, maybe 80 pounds of sheetrock screws will keep it in there. But it's to the point where the door is just not serviceable at this point. It is our intent that this summer, we're going to be moving. The fire prevention office works out of West Street, the 2 fire inspectors, and it's our intention that with the addition of the new secretary working out of West Street, we're actually moving all fire prevention operations to West Street, which would include shifting our contractors and visitors there. And right now, those double doors, they're really heavy, they're really hard to open. So we'd be doing something similar to what the school department did on their side. We had the facilities department come out and look at it to kind of do that cost benefit as to whether or not our facility should do it or we should use Colonial Glass, who years ago did the headquarters entranceway. And we're talking about a couple of $100 difference, really, between the two. So facilities is recommending that we actually farm it out to Colonial Glass. In the event, to your point, Mr. Chairman, in the event that something does happen in the future to that building, that doorway can always be removed and then repurposed somewhere else. It's actually something very similar we did with the Mary D. Stone School. The glass doors that now go onto the apparatus floor, we repurposed those out of Mary D. To put in the apparatus floor. So it's not throwing, money away. Those doors would be able to come back out, and then facilities would be able to reuse that somewhere else in town if there was a need. But at this point, we've limped it along as long as we can, and it's just not serviceable at this point.
So it's a safety issue relative to the doors and...
Yeah, it's, I'm very cautious when I throw the word safety issue around. It's, the top and the bottom of the door, if you look at them, the doors are rotted. They're very heavy, but the part that's kind of made it complicated is the door frame above has cracked and rotted. Even when we're trying to put the screws in, there's nothing left. There's nothing left of the wood for the screws to even catch. So it's really hard to kind of open the door because it sticks. So yes, if you want to talk about, I am worried, I guess, at some point about somebody maybe hurting themselves trying to pull the door. The doors are heavy, but especially when they're not working the way that they're supposed to, you kind of got to really kind of give it that pull. It's not really what should be happening if we're asking, our customers to come to that location.
And Chief, my final question is, do we have any concerns, I have a concern with that building anytime you peel back the onion, if you will, that once they take those doors off, that we're gonna find that
Yeah,
it's rot beyond.
I'm not so concerned about that because everything that is there, let's put it this way, it's nothing that we'd have to remediate. If there was rot there, we're talking about some 2x4s or something to kind of build out the door frame. It's a really weird opening, which is why facilities kind of wants it farmed out as well. There's glass on both sides, and then there's smaller glass sort of in between the doors, and the doors are like an odd size. It's like 5 feet, 2 inches or something like that. So even if we pull that whole thing out of there and we do find something, it butts up against the glass, so we're really talking about probably like a 2x6 or something like that, just to kind of frame out the new door. But the new door that's going in is all aluminum. It's like an aluminum frame. But I'm not so much worried about, like, when we do interior walls or blocks. Those are really where we kind of find the nightmares. I'm not overly concerned about this particular project.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Trevor, any questions? I think we already had a
No, no
motion-
questions.
a motion and a second, correctly? Correct?
Yep.
Okay. So all in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Okay, next one, technology support account, coming from technology support, amount requested $3,779. That would close out that account, is that correct? Am I reading that correct, Karen? Yes. That closes out that account. Going to the new equipment account, and the reason given is the purchase of a lift gate for the department's service truck. Questions for the chief on that one? This is to expand, Chief, again, as our fleet maintenance program, sort of, this is to benefit that?
Yeah, not only fleet maintenance, but, our department's pickup truck, this is something we've been kind of eyeballing for a few years. Anytime we have to bring hose back or anything heavy that we have to lift into the truck, this is going to put one of those, what they call a Tommy gate, one of those hydraulic lifts. The mechanic did have to put one of the tires for engine 4 the other day in there, and that was about, a three-man operation to try to hook a tire in the back of that. So that's gonna take care of this request.
Trevor, any questions?
No, no questions.
Okay, no other questions? A motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
A motion is second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Next account, coming from the equipment repair account, amount requested $900, present balance in that account, $4,606.57. Going to the, is that correct? Police clothing uniform account line?
That's correct. The fire department and the police department are splitting an $1,800 increase for a contractual obligation with the communications center, so it's $900 apiece.
Thank you. And the reason given is to cover a portion of communication center employees' clothing. Any questions?
Motion approved.
We have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Last one for the fire chief, request, coming from the equipment repair account, amount $350. Current present balance in that account, $3,706.57. Going to the professional development class, account, and that is to cover, the cost of a department mechanics class. Any questions? No questions? Have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Second.
And a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, we'll move on to the DPW highway account. We don't have any other department chairs here this evening, but we'll proceed. So this one's coming from the transfer request from the reserve account. The amount requested is $143,966.78. That will close out that account, am I correct? That amount, no, the present balance from the salt and calcium section? Yes. Okay. This is to cover costs from the 2022-23 winter season that exceeded budget amounts. Questions relative to the transfer? Oh, there's Joanna. Hi, Joanna. How are you? I think you're still muted, but do you want to just discuss where we are relative to salt and calcium and this amount?
Sure. This transfer, it seems like it's a trend that we have more of those ice storms and the quick little snowstorms, and not a lot of plowing, a lot more salting. So at this point, our shed is full, but we couldn't take that chance at the end of the last storm. So this will just cover that deficit.
Okay, so this closes out. We won't see any more salt and calcium requests for this year, hopefully. It's been cold enough. It's been cold enough this week.
Right.
Okay, any questions for the,
I just actually have a question for the town accountant through the chair. This will put about less than $50,000 in the reserve account when we move it. And looking at the month and any other accounts, are we going to be okay with the reserve balance once this comes out?
I've been keeping track of things pretty carefully, and yes, that we should. We could always move some of the salary reserve into the regular reserve fund if we needed to.
If you needed to, so.
Yeah.
Great. With that, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
we have a motion and a second? All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Other DPWs, we have a request to move from the wages full-time account, the amount $5,000, the present balance in that account, $5,821.23, going to the overtime account. And the reason given, this will cover the July 4th celebration and any overtime for, looks like miscellaneous potholes, et cetera. Do you want to just discuss, Joanna, the overtime? They're both related to overtime, but do you want to just discuss whether this is going to get us through, or?
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is definitely going to go through. The bulk of that is the estimated cost for the Independence Day celebration, which is still going to be in this fiscal year. But we still have a little bit of a buffer there, so we should be good.
Okay. Any questions relative to that request? No? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve. Second?
Motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. The next one's coming from the civil engineer account. Amount requested $1,500. Present balance in that account, $24,346.29. And that's also going to the overtime. And Joanne, can you just remind me, I know there's two there to come from that civil engineer account. Can you remind us of the status of that? Is that an unfilled position or a position that was only filled part year, or what's the reason for that amount in that one?
So we have two engineer positions that are currently vacant, and one of them we've advertised for one of them, and we just recently received some applications. So hopefully we'll be able to get that filled. But if we have it filled by the end of the fiscal year, it's not going to be it's going to be a couple weeks maybe, probably not even. So so both of those positions. The money's available.
Okay, thank you. Any questions relative to the request? Okay, do we hear a motion?
Motion to approve. Second?
A motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Last one is also from civil engineer account. Amount requested $5,000. Balance in that account, $27,587, going to parks laborers. It says this transfer will eliminate the deficit in the account. Any questions?
I'm just curious, because the balance is $5,000. Is there an exact number, or is, I just find it interesting that it's a payroll account, and we're looking for exactly a whole number.
Sorry. I apologize. I don't have the transfer in front of me. So it's $5,000 from the civil engineer to the parks account. I believe that will cover the deficit as well as the the wages for the remainder of the year. We had a we had a retirement that caused the deficit.
Yep.
But I'm not really sure if we just had to we just estimated the balance. I'd have to look into it.
That's, I understand. Thank you very much. Motion to approve?
Second.
Yeah, just a quick question. So I see there's two different accounts, civil engineer. Does your parks budget have one civil engineer or part of the salary in one, and then DPW covers the other part, or is that why we have two separate account numbers?
So there's different accounts in stormwater and in the engineer's budget for the civil engineer. But because we have some excess money in those civil engineering accounts, we're able to cover one of the retirement that occurred in the Parks Department, in the division.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. I think that's all we have of yours, Joanna. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Good night.
Okay, next transfer request is from the assessor's office, coming from the travel account, amount requested $280. Present balance in the account, $507.96. Reason for the transfer, 24 additional building updates on maps. Any questions? No? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Next one, treasurer collectors department, coming from the clerical account. Amount requested $2,959.46. Present balance in that account, $4,198.72. Going to the equipment account, and the reason given is to purchase a new safe for the office. Any questions?
Motion to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Next one coming from the interest on abatements account. Amount requested $1,057.04. Present balance $1,251. Going to the equipment account, and this is also going to as part of the purchase of a new safe.
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Last one for treasurer and collector, coming from the interest on abatements account. Amount requested $193.96. That'll close out that account. Going to the miscellaneous supplies account to replace blinds for the service window.
Motion to approve.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. And the last one for tonight, General Services Department, coming from the insurance and bonds account. Amount requested $1,200. Present balance in that account, $1,379.16. Going to the office supply account. And reason given for the transfer is the high cost of paper, forms, envelopes, etc. Any questions?
Motion approved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
And Trevor?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. So I believe that closes out. We had two that we took off of the front that were withdrawn.
Okay.
That was the DDIS in the police department because they were under the $250 or under, so CFO was going to take care of that one for us administratively. I think the only other thing, we had some minutes that Sharon provided for us. If there's no questions on those, we'll just accept those as written. And we just want a brief discussion. I think we talked about the potential for the meeting. I think we polled, we're looking at potentially for the 28th for our next meeting date. another Wednesday, same time, if needed. We don't know if it's needed, so everybody here, Trevor, I think we may have some, Karen or Sharon will reach out to us relative to the possibility of a meeting on the 28th. If you can just sort of mark that as a possibility in your calendar.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second? All, do we have to do it all in favor now, or just accept? I don't know. Do we have to put the roll call on adjourns? We do. Patrick?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Trevor?
Yes.
And I wholeheartedly say yes as well. Thank you, everybody.
Great.
Have a good night.